Hey, hello guys and girls. Welcome back. So what I wanted to do today is a more in-depth video of this top display. Okay, I wanted to tell you what the various pieces are, what it all is, where it all came from, what it represents, and also the time era it represents as well. Okay, I already did an introductory video where I showcase this, but today we're going to just kind of look at everything in a closer detail. Okay, so I grew up my formative early childhood years in a place called Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, inside of Bucks County. And my grandparents, they lived not too far away in Montgomery County in the Roslyn, Abington, and also Willow Grove area. Okay. So my earliest childhood memories are from that particular geographical area. So, in that area where I lived, a lot of the houses, they looked just like that. The neighborhoods, we had a park not far from our house. It wasn't as elaborate as this is, with fountains and screens and a food vendor and mailboxes and things like that, but we had a park nonetheless. And then also remember, in my area, we had this apartment complex that was kind of a high-end apartment complex. And that's where we're going to start, is over here with this. So this is a Sears Roadmates 10-car parking garage and gas station from the 1970s. And when I was a very little kid, this was my most favorite toy to play with, especially during what was supposed to be nap time. Yeah, right. I ain't taking no nap. I'm playing with this. The only thing I couldn't do was work the elevator because it makes a very loud clicking sound. But this is what we call the suspension of belief. All you see is the parking garage. You have to envision that the apartment complex is behind it. And that's how they did a lot of times. You'd have the parking garage, and then underneath would be a business. So this being a high-end complex, you got high-end cars, Mercedes, Porsche, Jaguar, BMW. Up there, there's a Maserati, Bora, Rolls Royce. That's a Citroen SM, and the Citroen SM had a Maserati V6 in it. You got a Rolls Royce coming in, a Stutz Blackhawk. I'll tell you about them in a future video, coming out of the elevator. Porsche exiting, and a Mercedes SL Roadster about to pull out in the street. In the back there, you see those two silver Rolls Royces. They are like a chauffeured car, waiting to take their respective owners where they want to go. You've got a Phantom 6 and a Silver Shadow. Got some cars getting fuel. This time period that I've depicted on here represents a typical Saturday afternoon in 1980. Very busy. Corvette at the gas pumps. Got a nice blue Datsun back there at the gas pump as well. And then in the front at the curb, we got our taxis waiting to take people where they want to go. The Caprice you've already seen. Behind that is a 1976 Dodge Coronet. And you have the park. Now, look closely. What do you see there? Little people walking in the park. My favorite is the mom with the two kids. My wife made those little stands for the people. We bought the people at Hobby Lobby. They came in a little baggie. She made the little stands for them. And then we put them in the park and also various other places. Here's that Tomica Chevy truck with that little trailer. It's a food vendor. Ladies there waiting to get food. Got your little trash receptacles, little phone booths, benches to sit on with the nice fountains and the planters. Informational screens. Lights. Over here we have mailboxes. Now, these pieces, let me tell you about these pieces that I constructed this park out of. So, remember, you heard me mention Majorette. Majorette also made, in addition to die-cast cars, they made these things called Majo kits. and they were all interchangeable with each other. Okay, they had many different sets. However, these sets, when you find them online on eBay and they're a complete set, they are a fortune. So what I do is I buy what's called a junk lot, meaning it's missing pieces, and I've combined enough pieces together that I've been able to construct an entire park out of it. So when you look at some of these signs, and you notice they have like a European influence, that's the reason why, because these are all made in France. All these Majo kit pieces here, including, you know, these curbs here, all these signs. There's one sign I don't understand what it means. You'll notice right there, it's like a, what is that, like a trumpet with the symbol crossed out. I guess that means noise abatement. So that means that these hooligans back here with their loud pipes and their headers and their open air cleaners better chill out, right? So you got traffic heading into the great unknown this direction, traffic coming in from the great unknown in this direction here. You can see a lot of these nice matchboxes, Hot Wheels, everything here. Here we have a house. And as I said, this is depicting 1980. This guy here, he's got basically 3 brand new cars. He's got a Seville in the garage, brand new Chevy Citation, and a brand new, I believe that's a Dodge Omni 024. Old Ford work truck. And teenage son's got a Trans Am. I call this the Italian house because they got the big cars. They got Lincolns and Cadillacs. In the garage, there's a box Chevy that you've seen already. In the streets of 67 or 68 Eldorado. Got some traffic heading that way into the unknown, great unknown as I call it. Like I said, suspension of belief. You have to envision that there's a whole world beyond that. Now also, I showed you the little people. There's also people interacting with the cars. You got this guy here getting into his Javelin. Got this person here rooting around on the tailgate of their Rolls, listen to me, their Volvo, I should say, Volvo 245 wagon. I don't know where I got Rolls from with that. This lady here is in the door of her stylish Datsun 260 2+2. Little Mercury wagon with a little dog sticking out of the back, ready to go for a walk. And this person's rooting around in the back of their Renault car. Remember those? And these cars are coming up the one-way section of street here. And these are going up the two-way section of the street here. I'm going to feature that Toronado XSR in another video. Got another 1980 Seville here. Another Trans Am. This one has a gold bird on the hood. That's the Trans Am I was talking about in another video. It's actually almost perfect. Little RX-7. So, and there's also some other details I'll show you here too. So we got over here, we got a groundskeeper in the back of his truck getting ready to tend to the grounds. And we got Johnny Law is present to keep the peace. So I like how we have basically kind of 3 generations of police cars here. 2 of them are from Dodge and Plymouth. The oldest one being that 1976 Fury right there. So by 1980, this would have been a 4-year-old car and probably getting a little worn out. Here's a 1978 Dodge Monaco. This is by Yatming. And that would have been about a 2-year-old car in 1980. And in this, you've already seen this one. Brand new 1980 Chevrolet Impala police car. And no, no display from the 70s, 80s, early part of the 80s could be complete without a pacer. And so this is like this whole little imaginary world I created using bits and pieces of my childhood. And someday I'm going to do a video that's strictly all about this parking garage. I'm going to take it off here and I'm going to show you how it operates. That'll just be kind of a quick one. But anyways, I wanted to do a much more close-up, in-depth view of this display because, like I said, this is kind of like the crown jewel. Everything you see on here is vintage. Everything, even these houses are vintage. They're from a company called Bachman, based out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They made a lot of railway accessories. And I remember my brother and I, we did have a lot of fun putting the Major kits together. We used to pretend like we were driving cars on vacation, and then every fuel stop, it was a different look. We had very vivid imaginations. Something that's kind of lacking in today's kids. It's a shame. Remember, my brother and I, we had hours and hours of fun with these cars, these kits, these play sets, everything. And I like the fact that I get to have it now in my adulthood, mint condition, just to enjoy and remember, simpler times. So there it is. That's a much more in-depth look of this top tier display. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you understand a little better of the, what it is and what time period it represents. So in the meantime, everyone enjoy, and I'll see you again next time.